The heads on the clock finally set me free from the tedium of yet another fun-filled class. Quote-unquote. Getting up from my seat proves to be more of a problem than I anticipated. My legs are killing me from the morning's run. Maybe doing these with Emmy isn't such a hot idea after all. Still, the run's given me a hell of an appetite. I'm halfway down the hallway to the cafeteria when I remember that I've got my lunch with me. My parents saw fit to provide me with some prepackaged stuff when I moved in, and a good thing too. The hallway is packed with students headed for the cafeteria. Going back is like swimming upstream, but I've got an appointment to keep on the rooftop. It takes a moment to find a staircase leading up to the rooftop, but I'm willing to bet that Emmy and Rin aren't up there by now anyway. In fact, I think I saw Emmy among the bodies in the hallway, headed for the cafeteria. I step out of the door to the roof and take a deep breath. The fresh air blowing against my face and body almost makes my legs hurt less. Maybe if I'm upside down. Part of me wants to be surprised that Rin's already up here. What's that going to accomplish? Things in the clouds. Couldn't you just look at them right side up? Rin rolls her eyes in something approaching exasperation. Then I wouldn't get a new perspective. Is upside down really a new perspective? Aha! I caught her off guard. Rin looks perceived. You may have a point. Maybe sideways. As Rin lays down on the bench to look at the sky, I give up. Fortunately, Emmy chooses that moment to burst through the door carrying 2 bags. She nearly takes the door off the hinges. Sorry, it took me so long. There was a ton of people in line. She drops the first bag in front of Rin and takes a seat on the bench next to her. You buy Rin's lunch for her? Sometimes, yeah. I'd have Rin buy my lunch for me in return, but I'm not sure how she'd carry it. Plus, I'd never buy her lunch. If Rin's offended by Emmy's comment, she doesn't show it. Emmy sniffs. How ungrateful of you. I'm not sure whether the two are joking with one another or if I'm witnessing the beginnings of a cat fight. Cat fight, cat fight, cat fight. The two girls stare at one another for a few tense moments before breaking into smiles. Giggle, giggle. Hey, Emmy, do you think being upside down is a new perspective on things? Didn't I already have this conversation? Emmy thinks thoughtfully, apparently giving the question some thought. After a deep and profound pause, she speaks. I have no idea. Well, at least she's as lost as I am. Hey, Sal, you're coming to the track meet, right? The question comes out of the blue and catches me off guard. I don't know yet. Honestly, Sal, after I went through all the trouble of letting you run with me in the morning, you will even show up at my track meet? Wasn't she the one that asked me to run with her? Actually, she didn't even give me a choice in the matter. Wait, no, I didn't say that. She beams at me as if I'd just agreed to give her $1 million. So you will come after all. That's great. I didn't say that either. Listen to me. I'll be going too, so I'll make sure he comes in. Good idea, Ren. Maybe we can get some food or something after the meet's over. I feel like I've just been conned, but not by these two. More like by some outside force pushing me irrevocably towards my destiny. Or maybe I shouldn't read books that feature conspiracy theories so heavily, otherwise I might wind up sounding like Kenji. Still, I suppose that I've got to show up now. I don't think I could stand against both of them being disappointed. I'd never hear the end of it. When is it again? Next week, silly. I just told you a few days ago. No, you didn't. I forgot? Well, you won't forget to come though, will you? Of course I won't. I'll even make a note on the calendar or something. Rin nods sagely. That's probably a good idea, you know? Unless time changes its course. It can do that? Rin gives a non-committal shrug. It hasn't yet, but you never know. This time it's Emmy who gives a shrug. I suppose it can't be helped if it happens. Not unless you're a time traveler or something. You don't actually think that could happen, do you? I don't think we do we? Do we? Do we? I don't know. Rin shrugs again. That seems to be her default response to everything. I suppose not, but I reserve the right to change my opinion at a moment's notice. For Rin, the statement makes a disturbing amount of sense. The fact that I realize this now frightens me a bit. I wonder if Emmy gets this feeling all the time. If she does, she's not showing it, though. Emmy merely nods. As expected. What's that supposed to mean? This time it's Emmy who shrugs. It's like she's using Rin's own weapons against her. Your response is the sort of thing I'd expect from you, after all. That's all. Am I really that predictable? Emmy's smile seems to border on gloating. Nah, it's just that your unpredictability is pretty predictable. Well, that's all right then. I don't get the chance to see whether Rin's being serious or not as the bell rings. I didn't notice the lunch period slipping by at all. Hanging out with these two was far too interesting. Emmy jumps up, a lot of panic on her face. Oh no! I need to stop by my room to pick up my notebook for the next class. Don't you wish you had a time machine now? Rin seems rather smug as she delivers this line, like she'd just won an argument. Emmy ignores Rin's comment. Sorry, Sal, but could you make sure our garbage gets thrown away? I usually clean up myself, but I've got to run. Sure, no problem. Emmy darts away with an urgency I'm starting to expect from her. I don't bother asking Rin why she couldn't help. She already seems to be preoccupied with something else entirely as she wanders off. She's probably used to Emmy taking care of cleanup. For some reason, I doubt Emmy's ever raised the issue with her. Cleaning up from lunch doesn't take long, so I have plenty of time to toss our garbage and get to class. Misha meets me with a wave and a devious grin as I walk through the door. Oh, you're back, Miss Drills. Hey, didn't see you in the cafeteria, Chan? Yeah, I decided it was too crowded there. Misha's grin gets even wider. Oh, really? Are you sure you weren't participating in an illicit rendezvous? What? What are you talking about? You were on the roof, right? With both Rin and Emmy, no less. You Casanova, you. We just had lunch, that's all. Nisha bursts into laughter, drawing the attention of several of my classmates. Wahaha! Wahaha! You're so adorable when you blush like that, Hichan. She gives me a conspiratorial wink. Man, I gotta learn how to read these words better. Don't worry, your secret's safe with me. There's no secret! Oh? Misha seems disappointed, then brightens up again. Time will tell. I don't know what the hell she's talking about, but blessedly our teacher comes in and the class starts. Another day of class has finally dragged itself to a close. Unexpectedly, I managed to stay awake for the whole class. That's something. What the heck is that? Is that the gardener? Oh, great. Get the weed whacker up there. I'm pretty sure that counts as a miracle. My leg seems unwilling to stand up for a moment. I guess the run took a lot out of me. I head down the hallway and make my way to my room. I sit down and half-heartedly chip away at my homework for a while, feeling like a vulture picking at a particularly unsavory carcass. I know this is what it eats, but it's not sure that... it knows this is what it eats, but it's not sure that it shouldn't be ordering takeout instead. I don't think I could take this, but it's important to get my work done. Now let's see, what was I supposed to be looking over again? I know it's a losing battle, but I fight it anyway. Halfway through my math homework, I put my pencil down. This isn't working. I need a distraction. Unfortunately, my options for distractions are rather slim. I'm not in the mood to read right now. Kenji is unusually out of his room at the moment. If I go to the student council room, I'll just end up doing work for those two. And heaven only knows where everyone else is except for... Well, I suppose that's an option. I grab my shoes and head for the track. Abby's probably down there. Track practice is just ending as I arrive at the track. The sun's beginning to dip low in the sky. Has it really gotten that late already?
What are you doing down here, Hisao? Come to spy on me, have you?
I give a shrug. To be honest, I'm not sure why I'm down here. I didn't have anything better to do. I figure that's about right. At the moment, Emmy's the only person I could think of who I could visit.
So I'm your last resort, am I? Nobody cool around, so I'll just go see Emmy. Is that what you thought?
She actually looks angry. A chance for some testing of my own presence itself. Actually, yeah, I guess you are. Emmy pouts, widening her eyes to get the maximum amount of puppy dog resemblance. Kidding! I was kidding!
So you are down here to stalk me?
Wait, what? That's not what I meant! Why would I stalk you anyway? It's not like you require stalking. If you're not asleep or in class, you're down here, right? Emmy laughs at this comment.
Well, you're not wrong, I suppose. But you forgot about eating. I do that too, you know.
I nod, conceding the point.
Plus, I hang out with Rin sometimes too. So really, I might take some effort to stalk.
What do you two do together anyway? You don't seem to have a lot in common. She puts her hands on her hips and assumes a superior air.
That's what you think. I've got all sorts of hidden hobbies, you know.
Oh, really? Like what? Emmy puts her head to one side as if she's trying to remember what it is she does in her free time.
Well, Rin and I go out shopping sometimes.
Yes, that makes sense. Emmy's a girl after all. But Rin? Rin comes with you?
We usually swing by the art supply store. Plus, she likes this music store that sells all kinds of weird sounding stuff. She says it helps her focus.
That makes a little more sense. I see. Any other hidden hobbies? Emmy wags a finger at me. I wag my finger at you, sir.
Now, why would I go and reveal all my dark secrets to you? We hardly know one another.
Somehow I think that's all that Emmy has in the way of hobbies. Still, I don't think my questions have been answered. Even if you don't have a few hobbies, I still don't see why you hang out with Rin so much. I mean, she's kind of weird, isn't she? His comment caused Emmy to laugh loudly.
Ha! That's the understatement of the year!
So why? I mean, you're a lot better at conversation and stuff, so I figured you'd hang out with a lot of people, but I think I've only ever seen you with Rin. Emmy seems unusually defensive.
Hey, I hang out with plenty of people that aren't Rin. You just don't see me doing it because I'm not in your classes.
Okay, but that still doesn't explain why you hang out with Rin. I'm not even sure why I want to know this. I guess it is because lunch was so strange. Emmy shrugs, looking for a moment very Rin-ish. It's because
we have similar outlooks.
if you were to ask me the least likely answer to my question, that would be it. What do you mean?
It's like... Okay, Rin paints and stuff, right?
Yes. Where is this going? I'm not sure where this is going. Oh man, I love it when the character actually has the same exact thought process that I do.
Well, I run.
And seriously, where is this going?
And that's why we're similar.
You lost me. Yeah, she lost me. She lost me. What? Amy frowns as if trying to figure out her answer.
Well, maybe it's that we do things for the same reasons.
Huh?
You know, we follow our passions.
So you're passionate about running and Rin's passionate about art, is that it?
Well, sort of. Let me think. Well, Rin explained it to me once. I don't know how much of it I followed.
Not surprising. I think an explanation from Rin would probably confuse anyone.
She says we both chase after an extreme. Like she's always trying to find a new way to show a particular feeling or something. And I run because of the feeling I get from it. And since we don't allow others to be slowed down by anything, allow ourselves to be slowed down by anything, we make a connection based on that.
What do you mean by slowed down by anything? Amy looks surprised and points to her legs.
You know, because I'm a runner and Ren's a painter even without arms. So we respect each other's determination. And that's why we hang out. I think.
Well, I'm not sure that made any sense to me, but with it from Emmy's sheepish expression, she's not sure about it either.
Honestly, it's not something I think about much. We just get along. I think it's really all that matters.
I suppose she's got a point there. Another question strikes me, and since I've got nothing better to do, I ask it. So what got you into running anyway?
Oh, I've been running since I was really little. My dad was a runner, and so as soon as I could walk, he started teaching me how to run. It was our father-daughter thing, you know? Our own mutual hobby.
Aw, she looks sad. A shadow crosses her face, and I'm shocked to see her looking sad. Did something happen between them?
Man, I don't have a lot of time left. Sorry, but I've got to get a few more laps in before I go see the nurse.
She races off around the track, hair streaming in the wind. Seems to me she's going a lot faster than she was this morning. As she rounds the track, I catch a glimpse of her face. It's much the same as it was this morning, but her eyes seem to have taken on a harder edge. I guess she's right. I don't really know much about her. I watch her run for a little while and then stand up to head back to my room.
Hey!
She spots me leaving and waits to catch my attention.
Don't forget, same time tomorrow morning, got it?
Got it. I head back to my room. Homework beckons. I can't sleep. My body's tired, but my mind is kept awake, staring at the ceiling in the hollow darkness of my room. I grasp desperately for a thread of thought, hoping that I can run my brain into the ground. All I can think of is how I can't think of anything. You're thinking about not thinking of anything. It's a paradox! Ah! This is not productive at all. I wonder if this is a side effect of my medication, though it seems odd for it to take so long to show up. Then again, hot dogs. Maybe I'm just not as used to my new surroundings as I think I'd like to think. I don't know, but for whatever reason, I'm awake and I shouldn't be. This is ridiculous. Ignoring my body's stiffness, I get out of bed and look at my clock. 4 in the morning. Last time I checked, it was only 1, so maybe I had slept a little. I don't know. I throw on some clothes and head out of my room. A walk might do me some good. I'm surprised at how chill the air is compared to the relative warmth of the day. I can almost see my breath as I wander the campus, waiting for the sun to come up or for me to fall asleep. At this point, either option works for me. I find myself at the track where for the first time Emmy's not out running. I suppose that makes sense. It's too early, even for her. The bleacher seats are cold, but at this point I welcome the sensation. The sun is starting to show its face over the horizon, and I know with an awful certainty that I'll get no more sleep tonight. The sun's steadily strengthening rays start to warm me up, and I watch the dew on the ground begin to steam slightly. My mind calms down a little.